All right, guys, this is a video by Nick Crowley. It says the Seattle Zombie Woman, an internet mystery, again by the channel Nick Crowley. We're going to go ahead and check this out, guys. Gotta love Nick Crowley. I've been watching his videos for a couple years now. He has some really good videos. So let's check out the Seattle Zombie Woman, an internet mystery. Here we go, guys.
There's always a new adventure for me. I want to share with you the sights and sounds of this beautiful northwest corner of our nation.
May 5th, 2021. All right.
May 5th, 2021. A disturbance is reported alongside a popular roadway in Seattle, Washington, drawing heavy police presence to the area. According to witnesses on the scene, a woman had been spotted limping down the street, wailing in agony, while holding an unknown object in her hand. The woman was acting incredibly erratic and appeared to be seriously injured, though despite this, it had apparently taken as many as 8 police officers to subdue and restrain her.
8 police officers?
Far from the most chilling detail, with that being in the woman's appearance, as onlookers would go on to claim that there was something off about her face. It was unnatural, almost zombie-like. The story began as whispers among the community.
Is she like a freaking ghost or something?
With brief mentions being made across the web, though not many would take these posts seriously. As to outsiders, this seemed to be yet another internet hoax, or perhaps just some kind of extreme overreaction. But in reality, this was a very real scene that played out that evening, and one that was about to be put on display for the whole world to see, as the first video would quickly emerge.
What's up, Video Master?
Thrusting this case into an international spotlight, and giving birth to an internet mystery known today as the Seattle Zombie Woman.
That just sounds creepy. The Seattle Zombie Woman. Oh, gosh.
Before we dive into this, I just wanted to let you guys know that I have a brand new second channel called Crowley TV.
Video number 1. May 5th, 2021. What the frick?
The video immediately took the world by storm.
This looks like something straight out of the frickin' Walking Dead, like the frickin' walkers and the zombies. That is creepy.
As it showed a woman with a ghostly pale face, with half her head shaven, as she limps across the street.
Where's her
one shoe?
She's missing her hair.
She seems to yell in pain before the video quickly cuts. In
what
her
the
hand
frick?
Appears to be the mysterious object, which the uploader of the video claimed to be a fanny pack. And disturbingly, it appeared to be soaked in blood, along with many other parts of the woman's body. In terms of context, there wasn't much, as despite the video going viral across the site, information on this
said zombie woman spotted in Seattle. She's like missing all her hair. She's missing a shoe. What the hell happened to this woman?
Individual dubbed the Seattle Zombie Woman was practically non-existent. According to the uploader, police had arrived and intervened just after the recording had stopped, in that it had taken a full team of officers to ultimately restrain her.
Was she on drugs?
Take her away, likely to get some form of treatment, though they admit that they weren't sure what happened from there, or just as importantly, what had led to this moment. Though interestingly enough,
she does straight up look like a zombie from The Walking Dead. Like, that's freaking creepy. That is, if I looked out my window and saw that, trust me, I'd make sure my doors and windows were locked in my house.
Despite the fact that the answers were not emerging, other recordings certainly were. On the same day this now infamous TikTok was posted, another clip would be posted to YouTube by a separate user.
You live in Seattle, Vanessa? Oh, that's cool. Hopefully you don't run into the zombie woman.
Showing a different angle of this same event, with this version being significantly longer.
Posted the day of the incident. She looks dead. Why does her face look like that?
Here, we get a better angle of the woman's face, as it appears
It looks like she has black eyes. She's like missing hair. Why does she look like she's like been dead for like a month and she like came out of the grave? That is, what the frick?
completely abnormal, with her eyes and lips appearing to be pitch black, which is a dramatic contrast to her pale complexion.
That is creepy
all in all,
as
she
hell.
looks sickly and appears to be acting completely unhinged.
What the
Near
frick?
her, multiple cops are seen attempting to calm her down, though she just
Sam in the chat says, "Oh hell no." It could be a prank. I don't think it's a prank. What kind of person would look like? I don't know. Why would this be a prank?
just continues walking and screaming, even escaping their grasp at the end of the video, while continuing her erratic behavior.
Or guys, what if it's something much more sinister? Like, what if this woman was like kidnapped and like tortured or something and she escaped? Like, what if she was kidnapped for a long time and she tortured or something and she like escaped her kidnapper and she's just like completely lost her mind. She's missing hair. Maybe her face looks like that because she was like brutally like beat up by someone. So maybe her face is puffy because someone like beat her up. I don't know. It's like scary and it's like creepy and sad at the same time because like it makes you wonder like what the heck happened to this lady. Hey Melanie, thank you for being a member for 4 months. This is for you, buddy. Melanie, I appreciate it.
From there, it's assumed that the struggle continued before finally coming to an end.
Maybe DKRACK, that's why she probably looks like that. Hey, what's up, Clarissa? She could be from the dark web and she was a victim of abuse or something worse. Yeah, Todd, who knows? Maybe she escaped. I don't know if she was like kidnapped or something. It's creepy.
Sometime later, which was showcased in yet another video posted to TikTok. And it's in this clip where the mystery takes a far darker turn, as we can hear the lady say her first discernible words.
Posted the following day. She's screaming, "I don't want to go to the hospital." Remember one of these vids, an Asian guy was against the government, then posted a vid saying they was good, then left YouTube. I'm not sure about that, Mason. I've never heard of that. Guys, the police, there's like 5 police officers trying to put her on a stretcher and she's yelling, "I don't want to go to the hospital." What the hell?
The video shows the woman begging the officers not to take her to the hospital, pleading as if her life depended on it, and it only gets stranger and even more tragic as she begins pleading with them not to take her baby.
What? Don't take my baby? What?
This may seem like a random one-off comment, until you realize that the object in her hand had seemingly changed. Even though the footage is pretty...
Oh my gosh, is she holding a baby in her hand? This lady's like holding something in her hand. What is that? Is that a freaking baby? Oh my god.
hard to decipher, it seems as though that bloody fanny pack that she had been holding in the original clip was no longer in her possession, and instead, she appears to be holding something entirely different.
Is it a baby?
This object has been the source of great speculation,
what
as the blurry
hell?
video makes it hard to definitively identify.
There's something in her hand,
including myself, seem to think that it closely resembles a baby.
It could be a fake
more
baby.
Specifically, the head of a baby.
The head? Oh god.
This was the last clip we would receive from
what
the incident.
The hell is going
a trail
on?
Of unanswered questions and overwhelming concern for the woman shown in the clips. Though despite the popularity of
Guys, I'm not trying to be mean. Like something obviously like very serious and bad happened to this woman to make her look like this, but she looks creepy as hell. If I saw this woman looking like that walking down the street, shit, I'd run in my house and lock the door. I'm not trying to be a baby or nothing, but she looks creepy.
This case and all the questions put forth, the answers never came. Bizarrely, no official statement would be made by the Seattle PD, despite their officers being shown in this viral video. And on top of this, despite the story being picked up by a few news stations, no official conclusion or clarification would be brought forward.
The truth is not known. So nothing's known about this woman, or like what the hell happened?
And given the lack of context and the lack of closure, this internet mystery was born, and the theories would quickly spread like wildfire.
Here we go with the theories.
Right out of the gate, many users would be quick to call this story a fake, believing that this was nothing more than a setup, mainly due to the lack of reporting and also because of the woman's appearance, as given how unnatural she looked, many believed that she was simply wearing a heavy amount of makeup, with some calling her appearance and demeanor.
That doesn't look like makeup. If that's makeup, that's very well done.
Almost cartoonish. Plus, if we're being honest, TikTok is completely filled with fabricated stories just like
that
this,
is true.
leaving many set on this whole situation being fake. However, this actually isn't the case. One of the few updates we've gotten in this case came from the discovery of official police dispatch radio, which was found publicly available on a site known as Broadcastify. There, users would find audio from May 5th in the Seattle area that seemed to depict this exact incident, with the audio being just as chilling as the videos themselves.
3008 16th Avenue West. There's a female walking eastbound on West Barrett Street that has blood running down her face and leg. She's also yelling and limping. She's described as a white female, 20 to 30, 5'5" to 5'7", thin build, with a shaved head and brown patches of hair. Wearing a gray t-shirt, blue jeans.
I think the creepiest thing is her face looks completely like abnormal, and she's like missing like a lot of her hair. She's like almost completely bald, like someone shaved her head. Very disturbing.
And one white shoe.
15th and West Armour Street on the west side, just north of. AMR for an ITA.
This late, she keeps screaming like she's in pain.
The recording seems like an exact match to these videos, from the way the subject is described, all the way to that unmistakable screaming in the background. And this is undoubtedly from the Seattle PD. It came straight from their official police line, meaning that whatever this incident...
She got infected, by like some zombie plague? She turned into a zombie?
It truly was. The police response to it was very real.
So it wasn't a
This
hoax.
note also seems to disprove
it actually
a long-standing
happened.
theory that the clips were actually from the set of a movie being filmed in the area. As
movie?
Coincidentally, during this exact time period, there was a major film being produced in Seattle called Kimmy.
On Monday, film crews were spotted in Westlake Center shooting a new HBO movie called Kimmy.
But if this lady was from a movie, why would... Oh, was she from the movie in like makeup and stuff, and maybe she was like walking down the street to get like a big buzz going on so people would like start talking about the movie or something? I don't know about that, but...
Which many had speculated that this was some kind of PR stunt from the project.
Publicity
but given the fact
stunt.
that this was a real police response, and that the film has actually since come out, with there being no mention of any zombies or any similar incidences within it, this is yet another...
Oh, so the movie that was being shot, it wasn't like a zombie movie or something, so that doesn't make any sense. There was no zombies or anything like that in the movie. If it was like a zombie movie or something... Maybe it would make sense to do like a publicity stunt to try to get some buzz going for people to talk about the movie, but it sounds like the movie Kimmy had nothing to do with zombies, so that doesn't really add up.
Debunked theory. And while on the subject of debunked theories, I want to briefly mention what at one point had actually become...
Maybe she escaped a hospital that she had a baby that died and she left with her dead baby she's carrying. Batman 89? That sounds like the most plausible theory I've heard yet.
The most popular theory surrounding this case, which is honestly incredibly offensive. And that is the claim that this woman was Marilyn Stanley, a woman who was brutally attacked by her ex-boyfriend and his dog,
Oh my
leading to
God.
devastating injuries. And because of her disfigurement, people pointed to her being the Seattle zombie woman, believing that this footage was taken just moments after her assault. However, despite so many people reporting this, it is incredibly easy to disprove, as the Marilyn Stanley attack took place in Kentucky, not Seattle. And the assault happened all the way back in
and Kentucky and Seattle are very far apart, like thousands of miles, so that's kind of weird.
2015, a full year before TikTok was even created, and a full 6 years before this video was filmed. This theory was never a possibility, and one Google search would have shown that, but unfortunately
2015.
that did stop the speculation. And the outlandish theories continued from there, as some would quickly
Yo, what's up, Z-Man? How you doing, man?
fall off the deep end, believing that this woman truly was a real-life zombie. The theory is obviously very ridiculous, but it was made a bit more intriguing, as around the same time, there were reportedly similar occurrences emerging throughout the world.
Similar
of individuals
occurrences?
looking and
What?
behaving in a similar manner.
Oh. Oh, that is creepy. That is creepy. There's some naked guy walking down the
To make
street.
things even more curious, this video soon began being removed.
That was freaking creepy.
And censored from both TikTok and YouTube, with only a few versions being left throughout the web. And adding this with the fact that there was no media coverage following this event and no police statements made to the public, despite the situation's virality, it left many convinced that this was some form of a greater cover-up. But ultimately, it's not hard to tell that this theory was just fear-mongering. And at the end of the day, it's a theory that is highly unrealistic, though interesting to speculate. More logically, it's been theorized that this lady had been in some sort of car accident, as she was shown walking alongside a fairly busy road and appeared to almost be in shock, with her potentially having lost her baby in the wreck, adding to the trauma of the moment.
Oh, I thought it was maybe like a car accident or something. I don't know. This is so bizarre.
It seems completely unrealistic that if a child had passed away, there would have been no reports about it.
Yeah.
I mean, surely this would have brought at least local media coverage, and it definitely would have been mentioned in the police blotter, which it wasn't. And given that no mention of a child was made on the official police recording at the scene, this idea, thankfully, has been ruled out, meaning that this object was likely something entirely different. Though even with this, it still leaves the car accident theory as a very real possibility, as it could explain why she was acting this way, along with her apparent injuries. Along with this possible
How would she lose all of her
explanation, there was
hair, though, in
another
a
theory
car
that I initially
accident?
thought to be the most plausible, with that being that this was all the result of drugs and/or severe mental illness, which would not only explain her behavior, but also
Bizarre
the lack of official
behavior.
reporting, as a woman on drugs causing a scene is nothing all that noteworthy, especially in a major city. And as for her appearance,
Maybe the government's covering something up. I don't know about that, Video Master, but
well, drugs can literally turn people into shells of themselves and make them completely unrecognizable, and her ragged and torn clothing could just be the result of potential homelessness.
Drugs
a fate that sadly
have
befalls
ruined
far too
so many
people in our
people's
society
lives. It's
who deal
sad.
with these very struggles. Though with all this being said, landing
very
on one
sad.
definitive conclusion was unfortunately impossible based off the limited information available, and despite there being plausible theories put forth, a true answer seemed further away than ever, especially as the months began to pass. But even though the situation began to seem hopeless, a break would soon emerge out of nowhere in the form of
What?
police body cam footage that would blow this case wide open.
Ugh.
On March 9th, 2022, a YouTube account
She was so creepy looking, they had to blur out her face, or Nick Crowley had to like blur out what the woman looked like because she was so creepy looking. Damn.
the name of Rebecca MS, would upload a video revealing her findings into the Seattle zombie woman mystery, as even though the world had seemingly forgotten about this bizarre case, Rebecca had taken it upon herself to find its true conclusion, which led her all the way to the discovery of this footage.
How did she find the body cam footage?
It's okay. You want to tell us what's going on? Is that real blood or fake blood? It almost looks like fake blood.
They said it looks like... They said, I don't think any of this is real. Was it all fake? Was the whole thing fake? Thanks for the super chat, Z-Man. It's makeup? Don't tell me the whole thing was just fake.
The video shows the Seattle zombie woman incident.
The whole thing was
perspective
fake?
of the police on scene, and although this further proves that the response to this incident was in fact real, it also proves that the incident itself was not.
It
As
was
the first responders
fake?
began to quickly realize
What?
that this lady wasn't even injured, and she was instead wearing heavy theatrical makeup with fake
Why?
blood,
Why,
leaving
though?
the officers and bystanders
Why?
just as confused as the rest of us. And the biggest revelation to come of all this was
Hey,
the
Z-Man, thank you for the gifted membership, man. Appreciate it.
discovery of this individual's true identity, with her real name being Kimberly Kasai.
This whole thing was freaking fake? Oh my god, I could have swore this was real. I feel freaking dumb now. This whole thing was fake?
A revelation that would, in turn, lead to the discovery of her social media profiles, and ultimately the truth behind this internet mystery. Not long after the incident occurred, Kimberly would post this picture in full makeup, matching identically to the Seattle zombie woman.
Why,
along
though?
with the caption, "I am not your lab rat." She would then make a few other posts on Facebook,
Oh my
which
God.
revealed that she had carried out this whole stunt as a way to voice her opinions on certain political topics, which I unfortunately can't go more into here. But in
Okay.
the end, despite the police and paramedic presence being very real, this woman...
I wonder if she was arrested or if she got in trouble because a bunch of police officers had to take their resources and their time to try to calm her down, this and that, and it was all fake. I wonder if she was arrested for this.
The Seattle zombie woman was simply acting.
Oh my freaking god.
This is truly one of the strangest cases.
Guys, I seriously thought that this was real. This was all fake. I think a few of you guys in the chat said you thought it was makeup or it was fake, so I guess you guys were right. I was wrong. I thought this was real.
That I've seen in a long time, since its
Wow.
theories were so dark and so disturbing, yet in reality, this was nothing more than a bizarre publicity
She just wanted her
stunt.
15
In the
minutes
end,
of fame.
It's obviously a good thing
God.
that none of these theories were true, and that no one was injured as a result, making this one of the very few internet mysteries that actually arrived at a definitive and, I
Wow.
guess, somewhat satisfying conclusion.
Freaking weird.
I want to give a huge shout out to my God tier patron members. Alexander Duran, America, voice her opinions on certain political.
This is weird, guys. I don't know. This was weird. I'm going to leave a like on this. The whole thing was just fake? What the hell?